So now we have to look at the newspapers. Mamavi is looking brighteningly, shiningly, explicitly, exquisitely, extravagantly, you know. Yeah, how are you?
Oh, that describing me?
Yeah, this fabric, is it fake or correct? It's authentic.
Ghana,
No, but serious. We have concerns. There are concerns now that...
This is Vlisco, I think.
Yeah, okay. Because we want to know. This is authentic too. So I want to know. I have to thank you, Alice Couture, for this. And there's news now that people are wearing fake waspins. So that's why
they should give us a break.
Please, this is authentic. Authentic. All right. So do you have some messages?
Of course, I always do have messages.
Do you have some money? We have to put in some money to our money boss.
All right.
Give me the money.
So Albert Delecha says, Roland, I always admire the way you flow with your counterpart. Okay,
do you know?
Make my day every morning.
DSP Albert Deleche.
Oh.
He is the commander for MTTD. I think that will be the place around Kede area.
Yeah. My brother is in Kede.
It's near Chimswedu, that place. Is it Odan? That should be Odan. He used to be at Nkoko. Good morning to you, Albert Deleche. And you always look out for, you're always interested in the little money moments. So.
All right, so that's my contribution. That's my
Thank you. You were able to squeeze some 20.
And when I went to the...
this was my lunch today. I'm thinking about it.
It's not easy. When I went to the induction program for the MMDCEs, I met... I think Wicked. I didn't ask which of the areas.
Okay.
But he also goes along with our money box. And he says, I have my Susu box. I've been contributing just like you guys.
And talking about that, I met the MC for Infantiman. Good morning to you. Is it Kenneth Kingsley Isuman?
Okay.
And I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
As well as a number of friends I met. And I wish you all the best. So they'll be traveling today.
Amazing.
Some will be going
and there I was yesterday meeting my MC for the first time. He said, you live in my area.
And you happen to have interviewed him too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Great.
That was really good.
That was great work too.
We wish them well, all the 199 that went through the induction program. We look forward to the rest of the, I think 17 now to come on board. They are amazing people. Let's give them the opportunity.
Yes,
to
we
work.
will. We will give them the opportunity. The thing is that you should know that the media is playing a complementary role to what you do. And so, for example, when we come to a community near you where the health post is not good enough, and then we'll report about it, or a school is almost collapsing and we report about it, it's not as if we're indicting you, it's just that we're using the medium to put a little eja. And
Master, we are friends, but we can also be hard. Don't try to polish it. Let's do the newspapers.
Right, so we have to do the daily graphic if you have time. Please do, because I like doing the daily guide.
Front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper this morning. 3 EC officials under investigation over missing endowment fund. Finance Minister clashes with minority over 3% VATs. And then the banner headline here. Oil flows from Sankofa Fields as President turns on vow on FPSO J.A. Kufuor. 13 discharged in Major Mahatma trial. The story in page 20 inside today's paper. But let's start off by going to page 16. All right. Okay, so this is it. A deputy chairperson and 2 management staff of the Electoral Commission are being investigated by the Economic and Organized Crime Office over some missing 480,000 endowment fund of the Commission. The officials are the deputy chairperson in charge of corporate services, Miss Georgina Opoku-Amankwa, the Director of Finance and Administration, Dr. Joseph Kwekwa-Samoa, and the Chief Accountant, Mr. Ejei Kwekulabi. A letter from Iyoko dated July 4, 2017, and signed by its acting executive director, the chairman of the EC, Mrs. Charlotte Osei, to ask the officials to proceed on leave while investigations are carried out to establish the facts or otherwise of the matter. We still have lots of questions to ask. For instance, for how long would they be on leave for? Is it until investigations are completed? And what parts did they play really in all these? We're breaking the issues down on AM Talk this morning when Roland settles down with his guests on AM Talk.
And my guest today,
We'll come to that.
Okay.
13 discharged in Major Mahama murder trial. Story says 13 out of 32 accused persons arraigned in connection with the murder of Major Maxwell Mahama were discharged by the Accra Central District Court yesterday. The 19 others who are left to face the law for their alleged involvement in the murder of the army officer include the assembly member for Dentroboase, William Ba, a woman named Vivian Asahene, and then they've given all the names of the 19 others. But for now, we know that 13 have been discharged. Also, there's a story here that says Lavender Hill Project idle. Back page of the Daily Graphic. Newborn baby deaths reduced by 56% according to a study. This is certainly good news. A pilot training of health workers in maternity unit has helped to reduce the level of newborn baby deaths by 56%, while the incidence of babies who die within labor has also gone down by some 50%. Details of that study on the back page of the paper. But maybe just this fact sheet. The 2014 Demographic and Health Survey indicates that under 5 mortality rate was 60 deaths per 1,000 live births. Out of this, 68% occurred before a child's first birthday, 48% during the first month of their lives. So all of that study on the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper this morning. Roland?
Okay, so we have the Daily Guide newspaper. It has on the front page, it says EC boss fired. And you can trust the Daily Guide. I love that paper because we know that it's rather...
EC boss fired.
what's the front page of...
Which one's that?
On the EC story.
3 EC officials under investigation.
And it's talking about 3 EC officials. Okay, it's we have a deputy EC commissioner. But
she's even in charge of administration and something.
Easy was like fired. That. I love the Daily Guide. It's my favorite newspaper. We're missing 480,000.
But they have not been sacked.
Yeah,
they've been asked to proceed on this.
Yeah, sure. I know that. I know that. Nothing wrong has been found, and they're still investigating the subject. And Nana pours oil from Kufuor ship, and we know this had been producing oil. It's just a formal ceremony of turning the valves. 19 charged for killing Mahama, and Ivor Green Street praises president. I could come now to then. Then we have News One newspaper. That's the pullout is in the center spread of the paper. It says 3 years on, Castro missing. We know that sad incident is still haunting us because he was a talent.
Oh, we say Castro missing. We don't talk about the lady who went missing alongside.
But his picture her picture is there, so that's enough.
Okay.
Sure. All right. So Castro is on your front page there. You can see. Sorry, the director was switching Castro. It's one of those things. You know, Castro. Oh, Castro. Oh, mobile. And then, so those are the stories we have. Okay. I'm closing the newspaper, Fred.
All right. Okay.
All right.
So you're through with that paper? Let's do the Finder. Front page of the Finder this morning. More crude oil flows. President hopes it will help restore rapid economic growth. Police may use discharged suspects as witnesses in Major Mahama trial. Rupal EC makes dramatic U-turn in court. NCA board taxed to spearhead strategic initiatives. And we know that as part of the board of the National Communications Authority, there's Paul Adomotri on board that, as well as Kweku Sechi Ado. They are in a group picture taken with the Minister of Communications. That picture is on the front page of the Finder newspaper. Okay, this story of Ropal, where is that? Page 9 in the paper. Just read just a little bit of that story. And it says, the Electoral Commission yesterday backtracked on its promise to produce fresh evidence to prove that it was taking actual steps to implement the Representation of the People Amendment Act. Lead counsel for the applicants, Samson Ladi Ayenini, described the turn of event as an act of bad faith on the part of EC in contempt in attempt to delay the case. Consequently, Justice Anthony Yeboah, presiding over the case, and the Human Rights Division of the High Court in Accra ordered parties to file issues for adoption and follow with written legal argument by July 30, 2017, and hopefully expect judgment in October. But it's a long write-up. If you want to better understand events leading to this, you can definitely grab the paper. In the paper, I think there's an editorial on something in the Finder, but I'll look for it. Roland, you do the next paper.
Okay, so I do the Ghanaian Times. On the front page of the Ghanaian Times, we have Sankofa pumps first oil as production begins at offshore Cape 3 Points. And then we also have TUC condemns vigilantism, a violent takeover of public organizations, and 19 Mahama killers charged. Already 13 discharged and 14 others on the run, were told by the newspaper, the Ghanaian Times. On the front page, though, those are the stories. On the back page, beware of Iranian scientist Professor Frimpong Boateng. And it says the Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, has tasked the new board for the Ghana Energy Commission, Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, to review the Commission's relationship with Mehran Tavakoli Keshi and Iranian scientists. Okay, we already know that this is because Keshi Foundation, belonging to the scientists, last year signed a memorandum of understanding with GAIC, following which it was announced this year it will build the first space research center in Ghana to enable the country travel to space by next year. Ghana for Boko space. We have on the back page also 224 apparently prisoners testing HIV positive in 2016. They need to be having better treatment and then supply of antiretroviral drugs. That's what we need to do. HIV/AIDS is real, but we know that there are treatment modules available, and if we're able to get that for these patients, they will.
You can manage it.
Yeah, you can live
normal.
I know the newspapers like it when they do all these, but. Yeah, we know that.
Okay, so Roland, I mentioned the editorial in the Finder. It's on retrieve misapplied oil cache. Retrieve misapplied, and they actually give accounts. No, this is an opinion of the Finder. It will be good to read because they recap a lot of things and give a lot of figures.
The Finder, you like reading the editorials, the way you review them.
I like Elvis Draco. What can I say? But I like the paper.
Okay. I think we should let him come on the show next week to talk about a number of issues. I think that'll be great.
Okay. Well,
let's try and
talk
talk to him.
He comes here once in a while. So
yeah.
All right, we'll do the last paper that we have. That's not to say we don't like the Graphic and the Times and the
we didn't say that.
And all
we didn't
of
say
those
that.
Other papers.
Please.
We do.
You know my favorite is the Daily Guide. Yeah. So we all love papers. Okay, so we have the Business and Financial Times, Mama V. You will have to do that because I know you're supposed to have gone to the UK this year. You didn't go. South Africa.
To do what?
Dubai.
To do what?
Oh, holiday.
But what has that got to do with the Business and Financial Times?
Ethiopia Airlines is on the front.
Okay, front page of the Business and Financial Times. Ethiopian Air Mauritius lead the pack. To what? Well, we're talking new national airline, so you can read the details in the paper. Access Bank launches Busua Achedie promo. Stanchart launches 2 credit cards. GT Bank wins Financial Services Provider of the Year award. Congratulations to them. President opens valve for Sankofa oil. Skills shortage very dire, according to the Ghana Employers Association report. Story says majority of people looking for work lack basic IT, numeracy, listening and time management skills, which makes them unemployable. A study commissioned by the Ghana Employers Association has found. Dr. William Boateng of the Departments of Economics, University of Ghana, lead researcher of the study, presenting the finding in Accra this week, said generally the study confirms that certain specific skills of employees in the country are inadequate.
Even in the office, okay? We have people who have degrees and all that, okay? And because of their low IT literacy skills and numeracy skills, you see that somebody who comes in, let's say is young, is rather in school, but has high IT skills level, is able to perform better when you give that person a task, because you know the internet presents you with a lot of knowledge. So you tell them to put something together, they're able to research and quickly put something together
It's
for you.
true.
And that becomes a preamble for which you as a manager, you're able to build on and submit to management or do other things, do presentations. And so that will be true.
Yeah.
So you have people who have, let's say, the certificate, but they don't have the ancillary skills to enable them perform well on the job.
Yeah. After all, they don't teach you everything in the classroom.
Actually, they won't teach you anything in
Yeah.
the classroom, except you learn yourself. That's the point.
True. I agree. So this back page of the BNFT, the full story of this Stanchart launching 2 credit cards. And yesterday we had a chopper hovering up there. Yeah, we were seeing. Initially I didn't know what was happening.
Were you
and
there?
then I saw the Visa right here in Kokomlimli. So on top of the Joy FM building,
You were
and
seeing
then
it?
our building as well. Yeah.
Wow. Chopper.
Yeah, it was a show. I mean, it was a nice show. So they were launching
I'm biased towards it.
Visa.
That's my bank.
Oh, that's your bank. Okay.
Yeah, I love them.
All right. So there was is it Infinite and Visa Platinum credit cards? All right. All right, so you can
Great.
check it out, and then there are continuation of other stories also on the back page of the Business and Financial Times. That will be it. Here's what's happening on our show this morning, but first, it was Kissing Day yesterday. Yeah, apparently it brought lots of talking points, and we discussed part of it in the newsroom yesterday, and there were questions such as, what is the #1 put-off when you're kissing someone?
Me?
Yeah.
You're asking me?
And the first kiss, I know it was your first kiss.
You mean when you're kissing the person for the first time? Or when you're kissing?
Oh, Roland. Okay, the first question was, what is the put off for you?
When you're kissing.
Exactly, or when you're
Yeah.
about to.
Okay.
High on the agenda.
Let's say when the person took in onions.
Okay.
You know, something has got
Okay, so can we
raw
box
onions.
Can we box it together and say bad breath?
Bad breath. I think bad breath.
Okay.
And then 2 belching.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Puts
Okay.
me off rough.
Abla said saliva.
I think I love saliva.
Yeah, but I think generally a lot of us agreed is stinking breath. It's a put off. It's a put
The
off.
one is.
Yeah, and then the second question was, your first kiss. Did the person you kissed know that that was your first time? Do you remember your first kiss, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Not too long.
Oh, you're a good guy.
Yeah, so I can.
Okay, so that's just by the way. But on AM Talk this morning, if they'll scroll up for me.
Okay, so I am talk this
We
morning.
have Bernard Okoboy, who is Member of Parliament for Lejokuku constituency here in the Greater Accra region. Also, Abdulaziz Mohammed is MP for Myong constituency. That's in the northern region. And then Seth Kwame Boateng is Journalist of the Month. He's actually the West African Journalist of the month. So we will spend some time with, obviously, one of Ghana's influential journalist Seth Kwame Boateng. We're super proud of you. And then this week, Joy News agenda is on dilapidated school buildings. Now imagine school children praying to God to hold the reins until school is over. Yeah, and that's really sad. But wait for the details. It would break your heart. Jojo Kobna has put together this story that we're going to share with everybody else. And then we have an open conversation. A spouse's infidelity can destroy a marriage. There's an estimation that about 40% of married couples are impacted by infidelity. Despite this large percentage of people who cheat, most will say that cheating is wrong. You may never truly know why your spouse was unfaithful, and your spouse may never truly understand it either. Today, we'll openly discuss this and, help each other out. Yeah. It is us, so we're all discussing. Yeah. Yeah.
Who be the
I'm
singer?
not asking you any question. The way you chalk for there.
Oh, no.
You're trying to put your answers together. I'm not asking you
Which
anything.
time would that be? So that I know when to swerve.
Well, I am discussing that with you. So you are swerving for
But
the
I'm not a marriage counselor.
No.
Relationship counselor.
You see, that's the thing. We don't need.
They want to put people under pressure.
We don't need any marriage counselor to help us. All of us can take part in that conversation. Let's do it.
It'll be a great
now.
conversation. And I guess that there are things in relationships that tend to affect all of us, whether we pretend they do or don't. So I guess we have to be part of the discussion. But good morning to you, pharmacist Sally for Combat. You're with the District Hospital in Boku. Good morning to you as well. And I know Dr. Sana you are in the Volta region currently doing some work. You're with the Sana Group Health Limited, and I also want to say good morning to you. Let the Guinea fowl flow.
Let's do the online review now. Whilst we get ready for that, let's read some messages that we received. This one says, good morning. And please, our WhatsApp number is for WhatsApp only and regular SMS messages. Please don't call us.
That sounds like a promo.
Yeah, it almost sounds like a promo. I know. This one says, I'm a tutor in one of the colleges of education in the north and have been monitoring students of and mentoring students of University of Education, Winneba Kumasi, since 2009. Please help me ask University of Education, Winneba Kumasi campus to please pay me and many others. That's your appeal to us this morning. Dennis from Navrongo also sends us a message. Dennis says, please tell the president that if the killers of Major Mahama are freed, then we should be, oh no, I'm not going to finish your message. Please send me only clean message. Who is fighting with who? We're not promoting any ethnic sentiment or anything like that on the show. I refuse to read further your message, Dennis.
Amen.
I want to inquire from the Ministry of Education when the ban on transfer would be lifted. I think this is about the third time you're asking this question. Yeah, hopefully we can get you some answers
The ban
very
on what?
soon.
Transfers?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Yay did some transfers. Okay. Okay. Let's do online.
Okay,
Some
so we do
people
online.
even though it's a promo, some people will still call. So let's do
Please
online.
don't call. The line you see for WhatsApp, don't call. It's just basically for WhatsApp data. Don't call.
Jerry Abuaji in Kibi. I acknowledge your message this morning on WhatsApp. Thank you, Jerry Abuaji in
I'm
Kibi.
talking about Jerry. He knows a lot of farmers, and so we're talking farmers this morning. Farmers apparently there to get accurate weather predictions with, we're being told, $1.2 million University of Energy and Natural Resources satellite. I thought the thing was in space, and apparently it's a ground station that we've launched. Ghana, we're like doing it big. An installation of a multi-purpose satellite ground station at Sunyani in the Bonafo region by the University of Energy and Natural Resources means Ghana has joined 8 others around the world to give accurate weather predictions to farmers and settler farming communities. That's great. Next story. 22 declared dead in Prestia Nsuta disaster as apparently rescue efforts still apparently have come to a close, and number of persons feared dead estimated at 22. Sad. Kweku Bakun Jr., the dropout who stepped into the shoes of Kofi Annan. That's a great.
I listened to him a bit yesterday when he delivered
but people
that
say he's a
lecture.
dropout. He could have decided to go on back to school, but he's a store of knowledge for even for those who have gone to all the degree schools, having all the degrees, etc. I mean, yeah, people like this, they should be given.
He's a smart man.
Should be given degrees and doctorate rough. I don't know why. Have we conferred some doctorates, some degrees on it? You should be teaching in a university.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
I mean, we just let them. Anyway, Ghana Trump warns of severe actions against North Korea. I hope it's not from a tweet. It says President Trump Thursday warned that North Korea could face some pretty severe consequences after its defiant test of an intercontinental ballistic missile. 40 minutes were told the missile was happening. ECG investigates outages during downpours. Oh, a faina. One is light off. It's a green light for ECG to put your power out. We'll tell you that is because of problems. Anyway, it's been raining throughout the night. So I have a live and let's live relationship with Nana Kunedu. I have a live and let's live relationship. Okay, she was a guest. Sherry
They used to be Paddy's.
Yes, was a guest on
Personality
Lexus,
profile?
Lexus Bill's drive time personality profile.
Yeah.
Right. She's had some difficulties. I'll listen to the audio. I think I didn't know that she was the one, so I tuned off and slept during the period. I'll go. We have Kukubaku, laments government pussyfooting fight against corruption. And then we also have the last story I have to look at. don't be an appendage to government. Akufo-Addo tells police. And then when you go up, we have a couple of the stories there. End IMF deal as soon as possible. Organized labor restores opposition to bailout. And we have other Yoko investigating EC and asking Deputy Board's accountant to proceed on leave. And EC also failing to provide evidence of ROPA implementation. And we know that this is subject of a court issue. We hope that we'll get some insight into all these subsequently. But we'll have great discussions on all that. But we have all the stories there if you just in case you want to read and get to listen and get to watch. It's all on myjoyonline.com.
All right. Roland, you remember the GhanaSat, the first Ghanaian satellite developed by Ghanaian engineers from the All Nations University? Spoke with them this week. Well, today is the day. 7th July is when that satellite is going to be released.
But it will be launched from...
No, it's been launched already.
Yeah, but where was it launched from? Japan or somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's going. They call it release. So about 4 hours after the release, between 12:16 p.m. to 12:27 p.m. today, 7 July 2017, the engineers will be expecting to receive the first signal in Ghana from the satellites at the ANU, that's the All Nations University Amateur Ground Station Control Room, operated by one Mr. Aaron Yankee and Mrs. Sharon Sapor. That will be around midday, between midday and 1 today.
Is the place like the NASA, NASA atmospheres?
Yeah, where?
Like NASA, national...
Which is that?
The aeronautic space.
Yeah, but that's where the thing is happening.
No, that's in the US. Is it like the NASA station? You see the satellite
when you go to the campus.
Nations, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay,
I think they have a mini, because they've explained that the ground station control room will also broadcast the video coverage during the reception of the first signal.
Okay.
So watch out for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Watch out for that. Congratulations to the All Nations University.
And we'll bring viewers on what really happens there.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
That's what we
yeah.
so that
what we will do on the AM show, we'll bring you a recap of that tomorrow.
Okay, we have City FM, Amavi.
Quickly, top EC officials on leave to protect integrity of investigations. That's the PRN. I listened to him explain further this directive that we've all heard. Governments unfazed by minorities threat over 3% VAT. That's a Deputy Finance Minister Kweku Kwarteng saying there. Community Day SHS. Adwoa Safo's claims outright falsehood. That's according to Ablakwa. You might want to know exactly on the
issue
about the story,
that he's
reacting to. Not quite.
Okay, there's a video, and apparently Adwoa Safo, we know is a Minister of Procurement, was meeting top executives of her constituency, and according to the video, she said because she had good relationship and had done a number of activities and work, the World Bank, when they gave that initial money for the free SHS, there were 23 of them that were funded by the World Bank and some other projects in the education sector. Because of that, her constituency was the only one that was chosen among the MPP strongholds to have had cited the free SHS.
Oh, okay.
And
that would be the one in Kwabena.
Yes, that it was not because the government decided to put it by that the World Bank compelled government to do that.
So this is an NPP NDC kind of battle.
Yeah. So
okay, let's move on.
But we know that it's a policy by government to build a number of senior high schools.
Yeah.
But at the time, and so
the choice of the selection.
Yeah, she said
what is now
because her
NDC,
relationship with
MPP. All right.
Yeah, so
okay.
That's the controversy. I watched.
That's how far we've come. Let's move on. I had verbal agreement with Ghana 60 committee. That's Chief Moment, and this has been going on and off. In fact, I had a conversation with Chief Moment on the last holiday right here in this studio, the same day when he put up another play with Bajeka in the National Theatre, and he's written a number of, his challenges getting back the rest of the half of his money from the Ghana 60 committee. And yesterday, the chairman of that committee decided to equally respond. And this is another...
Is it chairman of the committee?
Yeah, that was the chairman of the Ghana 60 committee who gave...
Kennedy or something.
Mr. Mankwa, I don't remember his first name. Is it Ken? Okay,
or
that detailed response that he gave. So City interviewed Chief Moment, and that's where this is coming from, that he had verbal agreements with Ghana 60 committee. There are lots of questions, but it will be good to get the legal side of this whole battle. I think that's where it should end.
Is it about the legality or what?
No, what I mean is we should
Because
get...
I know Ghana 50, Ghana 60 had been using that event in their communication about events for Ghana 60. They've been saying, oh, there'll be some theater or some plays by Wagbejeke or maybe Chief Movement's people. They've been using that in their communication to promote Ghana 60 events.
Okay.
So I'm saying that
if there was no agreement, why did they?
Why did you communicate that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I. And then I don't know. There's been some criticism that each play, as far as the cost. It's expensive.
As for the cost,
I don't think.
As
I don't
for the
think
cost,
they
it's
are.
not a case.
Because, for example, you have to pay cast, you have to pay props.
But apart from that, Roland, you decide to charge what you want to charge.
Yeah.
I do voiceovers. I charge what I want to charge. I don't care what somebody else charges.
I don't know why when artists are charging, we tend to have a problem with it. This is what they live on. It's
everybody and his or her value. Yeah.
I know.
So if you think you're valued
but
less,
I have difficulty with Chief Movement going onto Facebook. You know, I've said that
okay,
before.
Yeah. You didn't want him to go. But I kind of understand why.
Maybe he was frustrated.
If the kind of response we got yesterday is the kind of that exactly, then you can understand him. But I think we've now gotten to the point where, you know, he should take it to the courts.
I think he has to be paid.
Let's deal with it.
It's just unfair that he's taking these events.
Yeah, let the courts decide. Yeah.
Okay. So we have sports standing by.
Yeah, we've got sports standing by.
We'll be doing the BBC Africa page. Let's look at it in a bit. And then we have Niger Army kills 14 civilians by mistake. Oh, you are. PR company sorry for South Africa campaign and Union Defense say erotic dance. Okay, so those are some of the stories we have in there. Okay, so we have to take a break. Sports is up next.
All right, stay with us. You're watching the M Show.